Okay, I think this is working. So let's hit some freaking bets. NFL today, that's exciting. So first, I'll just recap. What we're doing on these live streams is basically just hitting some bets, talking about the promos of the day, talking about the different sports books in the US that I've grown to absolutely love. So let's hit some bets. We are up $730 on my live streams. So I have this sum of expected profit. All these bets are positive EV from OddsJam. I'm not going to include promos in this because I feel like that's kind of cheating. But yesterday we had an elite live stream with some epic bets. Bryant first half money line won. We lost our player prop on Murray under 7.5 rebounds, but we also arbed it for $4. We lost under 6.5 in the Blue Jackets Penguins game, and then we won Raptors money line. So we're up, $730. So we're running a bit hot over our expected profit. So let's see what we can find today. We can also go through promos. So for example, on DraftKings, I'm pretty sure I have some promo already bet. You can see right here, they have this 25 or 20% profit boost. I mean, they just have a ton of promos. You can see they have this one I'm skipping, offensive lineman to score this weekend. I mean, no way, come on. Plus 800 to plus 1,000, not that big of an increase. They have a flash bet, which is pretty cool. So basically you bet $10 in flash bets and you get a $10 free bet. It's definitely good. I'll definitely be betting it. They have these two, UFC profit boosts, which we've already discussed. Davante Adams to score a touchdown boosted to plus 100. Yes, score first drive boosted to plus 150. And then Suns profit boost pack. So you get a live and a pregame profit boost, which is what that Chris Paul one was. So we can actually, this is definitely good. I'm pretty sure. So we can see what the odds initially were. So I opted into that promo. Now I'll go here and then I'll go to my rewards and then profit boost plus 150. I mean, plus 120 to plus 150. I'm not going to think about it too much. Definitely good. Definitely hitting it. And then we can go here as well. And Davante Adams to score a touchdown. What we can do is go to OddsJam. We can go to the Packers game and we can see if he's favored to score a touchdown. Because if he is, that's not it. So we can go here. We can type in the Packers game. If he's over 50% to score a touchdown, then we want to be on this. So we'll go here and then we'll go to, touchdown. And we got to find this guy. Player total touchdown reception. So Davante Adams is super favored. He's minus 184 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world. So that gives us a great indication that this, he's literally minus 184 on Pin, right? So the zero vig line. So if we take their market minus 184 plus 136, we put that into a no vig odds calculator, minus 184 plus 360 plus 136. He's roughly minus 152 fair odds to score, and we're getting him plus 100. I mean, absolutely insane. Even the minus 135 on him to score seems pretty good. Obviously, action, offshore or whatever has been coming in on him to score a touchdown. So we'll hit that. And then, I have this live profit boost, but I have to bet it live basketball, Pacers Suns. So that's pretty cool. FanDuel has some odds boost, so we can go over stuff like that, but we might as well hit some bets from the OddsJam plus EV page, which again just shows you, mathematically profitable bets as a sports bettor. So, everything's based in data, right? No picks, no BS. But the only way you're going to be able to make OddsJam work for you is if you have, and you can see markets are moving up. Here's a plus EV bet on Davante Adams over 26.5 yards, longest reception, minus 110, right? Insane value. It's minus 159 on Pin. We're getting minus 110 on Caesars. So that definitely seems like something I want to dabble with. But again, the condition to all of this is, as a sports bettor, what's so fascinating and amazing about the US is how many sports books there are. So you need a lot of sports books to be successful as a sports bettor, right? You need to get a lot of sports book accounts. If I didn't have Caesars, I couldn't have placed this bet. If I didn't have DraftKings, right, I couldn't have gotten these sick, dope freaking promos. I not placed this. No, I already placed it. So get all the sports books in your state. We have a list below, tons of links to sign up for sports books, BetMGM, FanDuel, Twin Spires, Maxime Bet, Betfred. Get them all. Get every sports book in your state. More sports books is more profitable betting opportunities, right? You need to get as many as possible. There's no downside. It takes like 3 minutes to sign up, and that's about it, right? Tom Brady, passing completions going higher. So we'll hit some prop bets for the NFL. We'll hit some, other mainline markets. We can try to hit some arbs. That's a little tougher, as we've shown in the previous live streams. I think I've hit like 60-50% of them that I've tried to. We've made like $25 in risk-free profit. I mean, whatever. But I'm more want to gamble. I'm here to gamble. So, and make some money while doing it. And what we'll see is, again, this expected profit column is going to very closely. So like the sum of our expected profit from all these bets is very closely going to mirror our actual net profit, right? It's just math. We're going to have some down days as a sports bettor. We're going to have some up days, but we're using OddsJam positive EV to find the lines like this that are, insanely good, right? And all OddsJam does is it constantly scanning the betting markets, live odds, pre-game odds, all these frickin', game props, halves, things like that. Like as a sports bettor, these sports books have like 50,000 odds on their site at any given time. You're not going to be able to just find good bets manually. Of course, you can find good promos manually. Just literally go to DraftKings, hit DraftKings and see what they're offering and see if you want to bet it and you think there's value. But, to actually find good prop bets, you need software because lines are constantly changing. Players are getting injured. Sharp action is coming in, and you're not going to find good lines without software. If you don't have software, the guy with software is going to find the good bet before you do, right? And you're not going to be able to bet it. It's impossible to bet without software, which is, why I started OddsJam. Long story short. So we can look for some good bets. We can hit some good bets. Twin Spires, is kind of lowering my betting limits lower and lower every day. We've said this before as well, but as a sports bettor, you will lose certain sports books, right? Like there's so many freaking sports books in the US. You can see them all right there. And we can filter out some of these books we don't want to see. We can bring in books that we do want to see. So BetMGM Unlimited, but we can add it back in. So Bookmaker, I'll just filter out some other books, some of the Canadian books. I mean, you can kind of filter this as you want. You can set it up as you want. And you can determine what data you want to see, right? You can determine what email notifications you want. You can determine the maximum odds you want to bet, right? For some people, they don't want to see plus EV bets, that have plus 1,000 odds because some people don't, even if they're profitable and you're winning over the course of the long run, oftentimes the market width is a lot bigger for these big underdogs, but also it's just like, it doesn't necessarily feel good to be like a golf sports bettor and you're betting on guys who are like plus 1,500 to win a tournament and you're only winning 1 out of 12 times. So if you can't deal with the emotional swings of seeing these long shot bets take a long time to pay off, then you can lower your maximum positive EV odds. So you can filter out the settings how you want. What I do recommend everyone uses is the OddsJam bet tracker. The bet tracker is freaking dope, and we're going to be improving it a lot. So what you can see is the bet tracker will tell you and send you an email alert about your bets, right? So if the line moves against you, right? So all of my bets for the most part are green because I'm beating the closing line, which is all that matters as a sports bettor. All that matters as a freaking sports bettor is beating the closing line consistently, right? If you are beating the closing line, look it up anywhere, look around sports betting. Beating the closing line is the number one indicator for becoming a profitable sports bettor, right? If you're beating the closing line, you're going to make money. If you're not beating the closing line, you're not going to make money. It's pretty simple. If you're placing bets at minus 120 and they're closing minus 110, you're getting awful odds and you're not going to make money. Sure, you may make money for a week, but you're not going to make money this year, right? All that matters as a sports bettor over the course of the long run is beating the freaking closing line. So what's really cool about OddsJam is we'll send you an email alert if the line moves against you. So I guess yesterday I had this bet on, DraftKings on the Maple Leafs. I bet it minus 165. The line's moved massively against me. It's now minus 158, right? To pin to the sharpest sports book in the world, the zero vig line. So OddsJam sent me an email alert and was like, hey, your bet's no longer good if you want to try to like hedge it or cash it out. So the bet tracker's free, low holds page is free as well, which is really cool. So like on WinBet, when you bet money, you get these win rewards, right? So I have $13.22 and in free credit, I have $251 in comp dollars, which hopefully can be used for, I don't know, like sportsbook credits. If you ever go to Vegas, I'm not really sure. You can read into it, but I can redeem this for a $10 free bet. So now I have a $10 free bet. So on top of my bets already being profitable, I'm getting an extra $10, which is pretty cool. So what I can do is go here. I can type in WinBet. The low holds page on OddsJam is completely free. It just shows you the best free betting opportunities. So I can sort by conversion percentage on WinBet, and I can see, hey, what's the best free bet? And you can see Pacers plus 550 and hedging on MGM is the best possible free bet. So what you could do, right, is I would place my $10 free bet on the Pacers on WinBet, and then it tells me go hedge 47.67 on BetMGM, and you'll turn your $10 free bet, which is worse than cash, right? Free bets are not the same as cash. You don't get back your stake if you win. They are inherently worse than cash. But I can turn my $10 free bet into $7.33 in risk-free profit if I wanted to, or this can just show me, possible good bets, right? If you don't want to hedge. So you can so the conversion percentage tells you, hey, you can take a $100 free bet and you can use this little hedge calculator to figure out, what you need to place on another sports book to have your free bet turn directly into cash. So in a $100 free bet, if you wanted to convert it into cash risk-free in Arizona, currently the best rate at which you can do that is 73.33%. So I'm not gonna do that, but I will dabble with a freaking hockey team plus 475. I mean, a hockey team plus 475. You can see you're getting better odds than pin. WinBet's giving you the best price on them. It's not like this looks incredible and I would just outright go bet it. But, it seems like a good line for a free bet because you want your free bets to have high odds. Mathematically, you want your free bets to have high odds. So if you want to learn about free bets, you can just type in free bet here. I mean, we have a ton of articles, like Randall's written a lot, stuff like that. So check them out, learn about free bets, but I'm not going to dwell on it too much, and I'm just going to place it on the Canadians, right? So $10, I will be getting back $47.50 if my bet hits. So I'll place that, and it logs me out. So give me one sec. I'll stop sharing my screen. I'll log back in, and then we can place this free bet. Okay, I think I'm back in. So we're back, and I'll place this $10 free bet. So that's pretty cool. We just placed this $10 free bet. So that seemed like a good enough free betting opportunity. You can see we have some of the Vegas books now on OddsJam, and Canadians plus 2.5, plus 118. There's a plus EV bet. Let's freaking get it. And then we can go through, some of these as well. So, okay, Canadians, 3.81% expected return, right? It's an ARB to WinBet. It's an ARB to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. Whenever you have an ARB in sports betting, that, and FanDuel's going to be like, you made too much money off us. You get 105.95. So I hit that, right? 105.95. So that's pretty cool. So now I have 105.95 on Canadians plus 2.5. Again, I'm not going to include promos in this sheet. Kind of sounds like cheating. All these bets I'm just placing live to show you the freaking power of this incredible product. So the return is 0.0381. So roughly a 4% expected return. I'm betting $100, $4 in expected profit, right? You can see on OddsJam, 3.81% expected return to the zero vig line from Pin, the sharpest sports book in the world, right here. You could also arbit with WinBet. I mean, whatever. So we bet right here, 105.95. So that's pretty cool. So we hit that for 105.95, which means our expected profit is $4. So not terrible, not great. I would have bet more on it. I like the bet, but is what it is. You can't have everything in life. So are there any NFL players we want to fade this weekend? We can think about that. Just again, like browsing OddsJam positive EV for good bets, right? You don't have to bet everything from this page. It's not going to be possible. New opportunities are always coming. They're always going away. This is like the Bloomberg terminal for freaking sports betting, right? It's your Bloomberg terminal. Things are always moving around. So you got to be checking it constantly, right? If you're at work, don't be at work. Like, have OddsJam up, hit the refresh button, and you'll make a lot more money. So we can see there's some good ones. We can figure out what we want to bet, what we don't want to bet. It's oftentimes very overwhelming to just look at this and try to figure out what you want to bet, and that's no fun. But you can see, like, again, the premise for why we bet this, right? And the premise for all these bets we're betting. And we're up $730. So all live. So you could have tailed it, but for some reason, maybe you didn't. But you need multiple sports books. And the reason is sports books have different odds, right? Sports books have different odds. So whenever an ARB exists, you can literally place a bet on two sports books, right? I bet 105.95 on this. So I could make a risk-free 148 by going to WinBet and betting 123.54. Risk-free profit, right? Risk-free profit. So that means there has to be a profitable bet, and that would be a plus EV bet, right? You're figuring out which side is profitable, and you can see right here, just like, Canadians plus 2.5 is clearly the insane line, right? Insane value compared to every other sports book. So OddsJam is constantly looking through, scanning the sports betting markets for you to find the best possible bets. But again, you need multiple sports books. There's like 50 in this freaking country. I'm pretty sure Colorado alone has 20. So you need to get multiple sports books. So, look at the YouTube, go to YouTube, check out this video, go down, go through every single book, BetMGM, FanDuel, Caesars, sign up for them all. We'll take you to the best deposit bonus in your state, right? So you can see, like, in Arizona and New York, you get a $3,000 deposit bonus from Caesars. $3,000, and I believe $300 free as well, just for signing up, because they just launched in New York. Same thing in Louisiana, I believe. So $3,300 from Caesars in Louisiana and New York. Now, in Arizona, you get a bet match of $1,000. So you bet $1,000, they give you $1,000. Absolutely insane. So click the link below to sign up for Caesars if you don't have Caesars, because why don't you have Caesars, right? It's the easiest money you'll ever make as a sports bettor. So first half money line, Oklahoma State, Texas just popped up. So let me log back into Twin Spires very briefly. And then let's hit this bet. Clear value, right? We have an ARB between Twin Spires and the sharpest sportsbook in the world. So, I mean, who do you think I'm betting against? Definitely not the sharpest sportsbook in the world, Penn. I'm betting against, I'm betting against Twin Spires, and it's an underdog. So most of the time we're going to lose this bet, but the math, right? Lines have been moving towards Oklahoma State, tells us this price is just too good to be true. So we will make money in the long run placing bets like this. And again, this really should, if you were ever on the fence about OddsJam or plus EV betting, like, just seeing we're placing this bet live. You can go frickin' tail it. Twin Spires is going to be like, yo, you've made too much money off us. We'll give you 32.73. And it's like, okay, whatever. 32.73, 13.25 expected return. So 0.1325. How much did they let me bet again? 32.73. Okay. So 32.73. 32.73, which means our expected profit is 434, right? So essentially what we're doing, first half money line, and then this is plus 260, is right. We're like using all these sports books to form our own little sports betting hedge fund. And that's what you can do with OddsJam, right? You're just placing a bunch of bets. They're all mathematically profitable. Some will win, some will lose, but you have a profit margin. Your bet is positive EV from the OddsJam positive EV page with an expected return, right? And you will see some bets will lose, some bets will win, but you're going to make a lot of money, right? So check that out. It's pretty cool. And it's really cool. So, and it's fun, right? You get to actually be a profitable sports bettor. And it's all possible now because of how many sports books have entered the US and the fact that they all maintain odds independently and the fact that they try to offer such a large array of markets, right? So NBA, right? I mean, it's just like there's like a million things you can bet on for each game. Team totals, first to X points, to go to OT. It's like, who is betting this? But I guess there people are. So pretty interesting. It's really fascinating. And OddsJam is just constantly scanning the markets for those 0.1, 0.01, whatever it is, percent of good bets in your state. And those are all the bets on the plus EV page, right? I'm not putting my finger to the air and just being like, oh, Oklahoma State, yeah, they're good. Like some sports handicapper, right, on Twitter. This is all just data. You're basing everything in data. So, which is how you should be betting on sports. It's the only way to make money betting on sports. So, we can see what we like here. I mean, there's just so many bets. So many bets. So I'm going to filter out BetMGM again, just because I'm very, very heavily limited. You can't, gonna lose some bucks. But the great thing is, there's so many sports books in the US, which is pretty cool. So you can see here's this ARB. Should we make a risk-free percentage? We could, and we can go through. It's always very overwhelming, but here's the bet. Again, ARB, Twin Spires or Bet Rivers. You can get this Oklahoma State plus 260. Right? It's an ARB to the sharpest sportsbook in the world. You can make risk-free money by betting on equal and opposite outcomes. Oklahoma State on one side, Texas on pin. But you're using, even though you don't use this sportsbook, you're using the data to tell you, hey, this is a good bet, right? So that's really the power of OddsJam. And again, on the Platinum plan, if you're interested in trying it risk-free, there's a bunch more sharp global sportsbooks like Circa, Las Vegas, Westgate. Basically every freaking book in the world you can imagine is on the Platinum plan. And we're happy to add in any markets that you want to see. So there's so many bets. Texas Southern minus 9.5. Should we dabble with this plus EV bet, right? You're just looking for ARBs to the P logo. That is good. And then all you're looking to do is track all your bets and make sure you are showing green a lot more, or doesn't even have to be a lot more, but you need to be showing more green than red here, right? You don't want to be always not having positive CLV, because you could run hot for a bit, but you're going to lose money, right? And what we're going to see in our sheet is just profit go up and up and up. So we're here, Ryan Tannehill, I don't know. It's always overwhelming what we want to bet. So you just saw my betting limits on, Twin Spires were pretty low, $32 on a college basketball first half money line. So let's switch over to WinBet, right? Like Tannehill passing attempts, minus 115, 8% edge. Seems pretty good, right? So let's get a sweat on this game. So this game's at 2:30. So I'll go to here, and then I just have to figure out where is this bet. You have to move quick to get in on the best betting opportunities. And we can see Tannehill. I'll play it smaller. And there we go. Under 30.5 passing attempts for Tannehill. So under 30.5, Ryan T. And this is for the Titans game. And this was at minus 115 odds. And 8.05% EV. So we threw $100 on it, 8.05% EV. which means our expected return is roughly $8. Or no, I apologize. This times this. So 805. This bet may win, this bet may lose, but we have the mathematical edge as a sports bettor. Sports betting is the one rare form of gambling, aside from like poker, where you can actually win long term, right? Because you choose what you bet on. It's not like roulette, it's not like slots, right? You can actually make money sports betting. And that's fascinating to me, at least. So we can refresh this. You can turn on live bets if you want to see them. You get unlimited live odds on, the platinum plan. Or it's like a small, it's an upgrade, but some people like live betting. Live betting's stressful. It's fun though. And you can often get down some pretty good plus EV bets as well. So we hit this, I'll add it to my bet tracker, hit this little plus button. I threw $100 on it. And now, I'll get a notification from OddsJam if my bet no longer looks good. And then I can go over to WinBet, go in here and I'll be able to cash it out. Right? If the line massively moves against me. So that's one of the really cool things about OddsJam in the free bet tracker, right? So my profile bet tracker, it's free. CLV notifications on or off, right? Keep them on. If the line moves against you, we'll let you know. Just get an email alert. It's pretty simple. And now we can go back to the plus EV page. So AJ Dillon over 40.5 rushing yards. Seems pretty dang good as well. So we can hit this for 100. So I'll log back into Caesars, stop sharing my screen. And then I want to hit this bet. And like my goal, as a sports bettor is have as many of these plus EV bets placed per day, right? Like as many as you can. The more you place from the plus EV page, like you're forming your own little hedge fund. Right? Not every bet is going to win, but every bet has an edge as a sports bettor, right? Or a profit margin. So we can go here and then we can go to rushing yards and then Packers. And then we have AJ Dillon over 39.5, $100. And let's get it. Already 19 bets placed on Caesars. So that's pretty cool. And you can see I'm pretty sure we bet a UFC fight yesterday on this live stream. Henry versus Raoni Barcelos over 2.5 rounds. No, I don't know anything about these guys. No, I probably won't watch a fight. But what you can see is if you go to total rounds, this is now freaking minus 137. We got plus 100, right? We crushed it. That is positive CLV. Right? That's insane. And the only reason you were able to do it is OddsJam, right? So that's pretty cool. So this AJ Dillon, where did it go? It looks like they already moved it down, but that was another bet. I think the edge was like 13% or something like that, which is abnormally high, but we can go here, AJ Dillon over 39.5 rushing yards. And we got this plus 105 for $100. The edge was like 13% or something like that. Again, it's not going to be perfect. What will be perfect is the net profit, right? These are all bet live. Feel free to look through and see if I mess something up, but whatever. So for this net profit, the EV percentage, books are constantly moving lines. Like sometimes it's not going to be possible to get an exact number. So we just hit that bet. So that's pretty cool. And you can see college basketball lines on the move, Brady, just tons of bets you could place. We can look at odds boost for a second. Again, you don't have more sports books, you're not going to make money. Go below. You want to actually take your sports betting seriously, make money. Do the free trial at OddsJam, get the bet tracker, right? Track all your bets in the bet tracker. We'll let you know if your bets get bad to the closing line. Read all of the blog posts. Watch the full-length YouTube videos. You'll see for yourself that, yes, it is possible, to make money sports betting. It's just, do you want to, and do you want to take the time to learn? But as a condition for that, you need a ton of sportsbook accounts. You need multiple sportsbook accounts So click the links, sign up for every dang sportsbook in your state, and you will make a lot more money sports betting. It's that simple. More books means more promos, more sign-up bonuses, more ARBs, more plus EV bets, more everything, right? More outs, as they call it, as a sports bettor. You know, you often hear that term, how many outs do you have, right? Like, more outs is what you want. You want more options. More options is always a good thing. So, you know, tons of bets. Think I'm going to call it quits there. But any questions you have about OddsJam, reach out to us. Any questions you want answered on these live streams, reach out to us. Happy to explain it. People want more math stuff, happy to do that. We can get real deep into math. If people want more basic stuff, like how do I even register for Caesars Sportsbook, we can do that. So just let us know. Let Randall know. Let me know. And thank you.